In this lesson, we're going to understand the very key concept of BIS, which stands for Base Infrastructure Schemas. Now in the previous chapter, we successfully created our very first iTwin, and we added a new iModel to it. And just to recap, the iModel is a special cloud format that the iTwin platform offers that allows us to bring design data from desktop applications into the cloud. In this case, we took a house model DGN file and added it to the cloud. And the next question is, how has our data changed? How do we query the data inside an iModel? Now the key thing to understand here is that an iModel is not just limited to a DGN file or the house model for that matter. It supports many different CAD applications and formats that are commonly used, and we can bring multiple formats together in the same iModel. For example, we could take our house model and add a roadway to it that's stored in an IFC file, and we could add buildings to it that are stored in a Revit file. Now if we really think about this combined data, how would the data be structured? Because a DGN file or MicroStation is going to have its own way of structuring data, Revit's going to have its own, IFC is going to have its own. So how do we query the combined data of an iModel? When you think about writing queries in an application, that seems like a massive learning curve to have to learn about buildings, roadways, and houses. And that's where BIS comes in to save the day. BIS stands for Base Infrastructure Schemas. It gives us a set of base schemas and classes that are common across infrastructure domains and applications. If we take the example of the house and the roadway, there's some properties that are going to be common across both datasets. 3D geometry is an example of that. That's something we would expect in any 3D model, along with labels or descriptions on the elements inside the model. Now these are some common properties. Now the models could have specialized properties as well that pertain to individual datasets. For example, in the case of the house model, we have our smart device IDs. In the case of the roadway, there might be mile markers. BIS provides schemas and classes for these specialized properties as well. And these specialized classes are based on the base classes, so our data is organized in an efficient manner. Now when we think about querying this combined data, we don't have to learn about each individual format. We can query the combined data of the entire model using BIS queries. And that is the power of BIS, and that's why it's such an important concept on the iTwin platform. Now I know that was a lot of theory, so next up, let's actually apply these principles in practice. We're going to look at some tools we can use to explore iModel data, and we're going to write some BIS queries to fetch a list of smart devices in our house model. So that's exciting stuff coming up in the next few lessons. I'll catch you there.